Hi guys, so most of you know that I've been using Thrive Life freeze-dried products for a while, and I really love them. And some of you have been really curious about how some of them reconstitute, especially the meat. I've had a lot of questions asking about how the meat tastes after it's been rehydrated and used in a recipe, and so I wanted to show you that today. I'm in my really messy kitchen because I've been cooking all morning, so I figured this is a really good time to continue making a mess and get out some Thrive meat to show you guys. So in a minute I'm going to turn the camera around and do a sped up, like a time-lapse video to show you, because it takes like 5 or 10 minutes to get the meat reconstituted, and you don't want to sit here and watch a video for that long. Anyway, so this is why I started using Thrive. At first people were telling me, like maybe 6 months ago, you should try Thrive, you should try Thrive, and I was like, I don't want to try Thrive. I have my refrigerator's full, I have apples, a bushel box of apples on the floor, what do I need Thrive for? So I resisted for a while, but finally, you know, I had these 2 friends that finally wore me down, and I finally ordered it to try it. And I was pretty blown away, because as I was unpacking the box, I turned around and there was my daughter sitting there eating English peas out of a can as a snack. She was just gobbling them right up. And typically my kids want crackers, or at the very least fruit. They don't want to eat vegetables. And both of them will eat peas, corn, and lots of other vegetables as a snack. And I kind of got the gears going in my head, going, how can I get them to eat more vegetables with this? And so I ordered a few more things, and I ordered kale and spinach, freeze-dried kale. And because it's freeze-dried, it's very easy to powder in a blender or food processor with a stick blender, it doesn't matter. And just hide it in things. I put it in cookies, I put it in energy bites, I put it in their hamburgers, and they love it. And I'm getting vegetables in them. I do think it's good for kids to have to eat their veggies. But when your kid hates a veggie, my kids don't like kale and they don't like broccoli. One of them doesn't like broccoli. And when they don't like it, they don't eat enough of it. It's not nice to make them eat enough of it to actually make up a good bulk of their diet. So yeah, they do have to eat like 2 pieces of broccoli at dinner, but I can also powder freeze-dried broccoli, put it in their hamburgers. They don't care, they like it, they don't know. And so they're getting 3, 4, 5 times as much vegetables as they would otherwise. Another thing I loved about Thrive is that some of the things I buy, like celery, I am the only person in my family who likes celery. So when I buy a stock, at least half of it goes bad in the bottom of my refrigerator. Except now I have this can of freeze-dried broccoli and celery. And I'm going to open it so you can see it's sliced. There is nothing to waste. I can take out a tablespoon or however much I need for my chicken salad for my sandwich, because nobody else wants celery on their chicken salad sandwich. And I can put the rest back in the pantry, and I will never waste celery ever again. And the same thing kind of goes for onions. I don't have to cry cutting up onions because I have freeze-dried onions. This is celery, but I also have freeze-dried onions that are already chopped. And I never waste onions anymore. My kids don't like onions either. And so that all made me like, hey, I like Thrive. It's okay, it's good. And then we went on a Whole30 last month. And the church we go to has a community potluck after every service. And there are always lots of goodies. There are always at least 5 desserts. My kids are always sitting with a group of their friends after lunch eating dessert. And we went on this Whole30, and the first Sunday I had to chase them away from the desserts like 5 times. It was really stressful, and I felt like the meanest mom in the world, and I just couldn't do that. And a light bulb kind of went on in the middle of the week when the kids were going, can we have freeze-dried strawberries? Can we have freeze-dried strawberries? And I was like, we don't want to eat that stuff every day. And I realized they like freeze-dried vegetables. They love freeze-dried fruit. So from then on, anytime we went to an event where there was desserts, I gave them a little packet full of strawberries, about maybe half as much strawberries in a snack bag, and maybe some blueberries. And they would sit there and eat their fruit. All it is fruit, the ingredients. You see the ingredients here? Strawberries. That's it. They loved it. They would sit with their friends. Their friends would be eating ice cream and cookies and gooey desserts with cream cheese and dairy in them and lots of sugar. And they'd be eating their fruit and they'd just be like, nobody else gets our freeze-dried fruit. This is awesome. We have our own desserts. They loved it. They didn't ask for dessert the entire rest of the whole 30. We haven't been back to the church yet since we ended our whole 30. So I'm not sure if I'm going to even suggest that it's okay for them to get desserts from the dessert bar anymore, because if I can keep my kids away from sugar, why not? Okay, so those are the things I absolutely adore about Thrive Life. Another thing I love about it is that it gets delivered to my door. I don't have to go to the grocery store. So I have this kind of stockpile of stuff. When I need kale or celery or onions or whatever, I don't have to run to the store and get it. I have it. I don't have to go to the store to get Thrive Life. It comes to my door. So it keeps my kids from eating too much sugar, keeps me from wasting so much. It gets them to eat their vegetables. I absolutely adore Thrive Life. So I'm going to flip the camera around now and do a video of me. I'm going to open this brand new can of chicken and rehydrate it so you guys can see what it looks like and what the texture is like. Unfortunately, you can't taste it unless you get your own. So I'll see you in a minute. Okay, so here's my can of chicken. This is a number 10 can. It's really big. And as you can you see that? There's one ingredient. That is chicken. That is it. The chicken is processed and then it is taken directly to the flash freezer. And then the temperature is dropped dramatically and the moisture is all evacuated out. So all the nutrition is still there. It's completely shelf stable. And it's in a huge can that's a little bit difficult to open, but we will get it. Oh, my camera's shaking. Okay, so as you can see, the inside is just diced chicken. It's looks dusty, but it is a little bit dusty. That happens when you dry things. I'm actually going to taste it dry. It's a little bit like styrofoam. Okay, now the instructions say to add 2 parts chicken and 1 part warm water. So I'm going to add half a cup of chicken and 1/4 cup of water. And then I'm going to get a spoon and stir it up a little bit. And it says to let it sit for 15 to 20 minutes. I don't know, it looks like it's soaking it up pretty fast, but it probably takes that long to reach the very center of the pieces. So I'm going to go ahead and let it do that. Okay, so I've been letting the chicken set for a few minutes, and if my teeth are red, it's because I've been snacking on the freeze-dried strawberries. Okay, so anyway, here is how it looks now. It looks the same, only wetter. It's because it is the same, only wetter. Alright, so I'm going to take a little piece of it. And I wish I could get it up real close. Do you see? It's chicken. It's just chicken. It's chicken. Tastes just like chicken. All white meat. It really does. It's chicken. It just tastes like fresh chicken. It's amazing. Freeze-dried food has not yet ceased to amaze me. When you reconstitute it, it's just like it's just like it's 100% fresh. It's crazy. And that's one of the things I love about particularly the fruit. Usually if we transport meat, we freeze it so it's not as big of a concern, right? But with fruit, green beans lose, I think it's 42% of their calcium within 2 days of being harvested. So if they're not flash frozen, it's not very nutritious. Blueberries, frozen blueberries have up to 44, I can't remember. Is it calcium? One of them is calcium and another is another thing. Anyway, the point is, everything starts losing its nutrition shortly after it's harvested. Bananas are picked green. They are not at the nutritional peak. Tomatoes are picked green. They are not at their nutritional peak when they're picked. But when you're buying frozen or freeze-dried food, it's at its nutritional peak when they pick it. It's at its nutritional peak when they freeze it. With Thrive Life, it's frozen within 12 to 24 hours of being harvested. And so when you're buying frozen, that's why on my blog I've written a lot about, you need to buy frozen produce. It's cheaper, it's healthier, and freeze-dried produce is healthier. And it's very, very convenient. So for me, it's a swap out for fast food or takeout. It's not cheaper than buying frozen broccoli at HEB, but putting together a freeze-dried meal on a really, really busy night in 5 minutes saves me a lot more money than ordering takeout from, well, we're in tiny town, so basically we would be ordering from Sonic. And that's the big advantage to me, is I'm still getting my nutrition on those super, super busy nights, and it's not costing me any more than it would to buy fresh produce. It's costing me more than it would be to buy super on sale uncooked chicken, but that would take me an hour to cook. So anyway, that's the chicken. This does make fantastic chicken salad. No one ever knows that it's not fresh. It's amazing. I'll see y'all later.